Hey guys, I got some really great news I want to share with you. I was sitting down looking up a few things for a video I was going to do today on sacred tradition and sacred scripture. But sometimes you go down a rabbit hole, so I checked my emails, and I had Father Blake Britton on yesterday. If you didn't see it, you really got to watch it. He explains what Vatican II actually teaches and not what people say it teaches. You really need to see that. But as expected, I had a few negative comments. No matter who you have on, I could have Jesus come on. I mean, I remember hearing a story this Lutheran pastor told me. He was an Italian guy. He came home from church, and on the way home, his wife asked him to pick up a few things for Sunday dinner. So, Italian, he picked up red wine, Italian bread, and I think she needed some ricotta cheese. So he's walking holding the bottle of wine, and his Baptist neighbor comes running over and says, "Pastor, don't you know it's a sin to drink alcohol?" And the pastor's like, "What are you talking about? Jesus' first miracle, he turned water into wine." And she's like, "Yeah, I wish he never did that." So no matter how awesome my guests are, I always get emails from people critical on my guests. And I just want to share great news, because most people, years ago I studied Charles Darwin. I went to see what made this guy tick. I found out he was an extremely negative guy. No matter what happened, he was negative. There's a story about him going to a wedding, and he just complained the whole reception, 2 hours, just complained about everything. And the father of the bride said to Charles Darwin's wife, "I'm really sorry your husband had such a miserable time." He's like, "What are you talking about? He had a great time." She's like, "But he complained about everything." She goes, "That's what he does. That's his nature. He can't help himself." And some people, it's just, I heard this acronym. I don't know if I heard it on a movie or somewhere. I don't know, but it's FEAR. And the acronym for FEAR is false evidence appearing real. So I just want to give you some truths to show you how awesome the Catholic Church is and what great news we have. So I have, you always get the same thing. Well, look at the fruits of Vatican II. And they'll point out, like the kumbaya, like Father Britton was saying, the one kumbaya priest out of 40,000 good priests. They'll point out, oh, this and that. But here are the facts. 1969, the Catholic Church had 653 million members. Today, the Catholic Church has 1.3 billion. And everyone said, "Well, yeah, we're getting them from third world countries and in Africa, but in Europe and America, they're not growing." Well, that should be good news, because we know American Catholics and European Catholics aren't as on fire as third world Catholics. You want to see miracles? You want to see people getting healed? You want to see supernatural things going on? Go to the third world. This is where we're getting the future bishops and maybe our next pope. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Also, just in the last decade, from 2010 to 2020, we went from 1.2 billion to 1.3 billion. And you say, well, that just has to do with population growth. Think about this. Check this out. Every single Protestant denomination declined in membership. Baptists are going down. Methodists are going down. Catholic Church, from the time Jesus started it in 33 AD, has grown. Nero couldn't stop us. Diocletian couldn't stop us. The liberals can't stop us. Because Jesus Christ promised us in Matthew 16:18, the gates of hell will not prevail against his church. So rest. Stop listening to all this negativity. I heard one guy, and I'm not going to mention names. I get caught up. I mention names because I'm trying to be forthright and honest, but then it becomes about people, about me or him and her, and I don't want that. St. Paul said, I hear some of you saying I follow Paul, I follow Peter. No, we all follow Christ. So I'm not going to name names, but there's a popular guy who, even when Pope Francis consecrated Russia to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, he had people thinking, oh, he might, I don't know, he might be consecrating her to the Pachamama. I mean, come on, please stop falling for this. Please, church, believe the truth. Jesus Christ is the head of the church, and he will not let her fail. I'm telling you, the last 20 years, we went from 1.1 billion to 1.3 billion. And during that time, Protestants were declining. There's an evangelical exodus, and they're coming home to the Catholic Church. What kind of Protestants are coming home to the Catholic Church? That Vatican II are bringing to the Catholic Church? Scott Hahn, Peter Kreeft, Francis Beckwith, Steve Ray, Tim Staples, Jimmy Akins. These are not lightweights. These are strong Bible scholars coming over from the Catholic Church. Coming over from the Protestant Church. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to be excited. Today, 2022, is the most exciting time in history to be a Catholic Christian. And if you're in America, we think we're being persecuted. St. Ignatius of Antioch was thrown to the lions. Polycarp was burned at the stake. So what? Sometimes they take my YouTube videos off, or they demonetize me. So what? I'm free to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm free to tell everybody that Jesus Christ established one church, the one holy Catholic apostolic church. So guys, be happy. Check out that video with Father Blake Britton. There's a lot to be happy about. 50 years of pro-life work. We just overturned Roe v. Wade. And it was led by the Catholic Church. Our Protestant brothers helped us. But by and large, even as a Protestant, I knew the Catholics were leading the way in this fight for life. Keep the fight up. If you're buying or selling real estate, go to realestateforlife.org and put your money where your mouth is. God bless and stay Catholic.